Today is just a short update. I didn't work much on this today, but I wanted you to kind of get an idea of what it takes to build a real nice airplane. What type of finish you have to have on the wood before you start painting. Now, yesterday when I uploaded a video on the primer, I showed you that I had knocked it off, and I first Z-epoxied it and then carded it off and sanded it smooth and put a coat of primer on it. Well, now I stayed up all night last night. I need to get back on my other projects, but I really wanted to see how this was going to turn out. So I stayed up last night till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I sanded this fuselage out and put a few coats of primer on it. And what I want to show you here is how this looks. It looks just as a piece of plastic. There's no transition between the wing and the fuselage. All the seam lines are out of it, and that takes a considerable amount of sanding. Now I'm just basically going to the problem areas, like right here. This was a high spot, and you can see that it was high because that filler is starting to show through. So I'm sanding these high spots, and I pretty much have them where I want them. I can't spend forever doing this. But I just have made a small T-bar like this, and you sand around the fuselage. You don't want to sand this way because that'll put a flat in it. So we're blending in that high spot, and that high spot will completely go away. And that high spot is there because I was an idiot and put in a little bit of filler, a little too much filler. But that will go away. Even as such, I could probably get away with not doing anything because you can't feel it. I just know that it's there, and I kind of would like it to get out of there. On my last Thunderbolt, I spent many hours going over all these spots and making sure they were completely round, and I just about got them all out of this particular sand out. So I think maybe just a touch more, a spot of primer there, and that spot will probably disappear. So let's see what it looks like. I mean, you could drive yourself nuts. Yeah, see, it went away. You could drive yourself nuts and tinker with this thing from now until doomsday, making it perfect. But you have to remember, these are tools, basically. This is a tool to, to fly. It's not a show airplane. You want it to be nice, but if I were to spend every waking hour getting everything out of this thing, yeah, we'd have 20-pointer, but it'd be 6,000 pounds in weight. Now I I have a few spots that I've been working on up here on the nose. There was a little spot right here that I filled and I'm sanding. And you see when you first hit it, it shows the lows and the highs right away. And because it's the nose, I will get that fixed, because the nose is the 100% focal point of the airplane. But it's real close now. It's just a little nick. I don't know how it got a nick in that. Must have happened when I cut it. Let me see what the date is. Make sure you go to www.stunthanger.com. Tomorrow is the drawing. And we're going to give away the Agile arrow. It costs nothing to enter. It's just a short kit, but it was Jim Thomerson's. It costs nothing to enter. All you have to do is be a registered member of Stunt Hanger and put your name on the thread. I'm going to do it a random number generator tomorrow, probably around this time. And we'll pick a winner and we'll get it sent off to you on Monday. And then, of course, next month we'll give away Rogerio's timer. Mike Griffin has offered up a kit. We're going to give away a kit from Mike Griffin. And you see how this spot came right out here? I'm hoping that I got that on camera. This is a high, because I have a T-bar. So I will sand this here. And we'll shoot a spot of primer on it, and I'll sand it again. As soon as I get all these spots taken out of this, we're going to switch up to 600 grit sandpaper and sand it all down to a translucent state where you can just start to see through it. And that's the lightest that you can do with Z-epoxy. Yeah, okay. So that looks pretty good. Anyway, this was just a short update. I wanted to get a video up today. Let you know what I'm doing on the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt has been about a 4-month project, and basically the only reason why it's been a 4-month project is I've been working on everybody else's stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this one aside. I have a gypsy that I'm just about ready to paint. I'm going to get all the painting ready to go, and when I paint the gypsy, I'm going to clear everything. So I have my Atlas to clear, my Formula S, a Max B, a P51, and then the gypsy. And then after we get all that, it'll be a week of paint come March, if we get a good day in March. And we'll go ahead and shoot this gray. These wings are ready to paint. There's no need to prime these because they're 100% smooth. I mean, if you take the primer and shoot it on in just, you can see that it's ready to go. Of course, I've got a few little, I see a couple little dingers right there we'll have to get, but that's not a big deal. Just have to go over everything and make sure everything's ready to paint. I don't know how kind of looks like knife blade poked it a couple times right there, but not a big deal. So anyway, I'm going to cut the camera. We'll see you on the next reel. I'll be working on the Gypsy. Until I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. See ya!